repeating the 41st sloka of bagvadgita, Arjuna vishaadha yoga, because it's very significant in this entire chapter. When there is increase of unwanted population, a hellish situation is created both for the family and for those who destroy the family tradition. In such corrupt families, there is no offering of oblations of food and water to the ancestors. According to the rules and regulations of fruitive activities, there is a need to offer periodical food and water to the forefathers of the family. This offering is performed by worship of Vishnu, because eating the remnants of food offered to Vishnu can deliver one from all kinds of sinful actions. Sometimes the forefathers may be suffering from various types of sinful reactions, and sometimes some of them cannot even acquire a gross material body and are forced to remain in subtle bodies as ghosts. Thus, when remnants of prasadam food are offered to forefathers by descendants, the forefathers are released from ghostly or other kinds of miserable life. Such help rendered to forefathers is a family tradition. This is followed by every Hyderabadi in old city. We should see बुजुर्गों को खाना नहीं मिलता मगरिब प्रेयर में अगर अपन खाना खाए तो. So while eating also they keep quiet for few seconds or minutes so that buzurgo ancestors will get food. And we can see in devotional life all these things are required to perform such rituals. One who is engaged in the devotional life is not required to perform such actions. Simply by performing devotional service, one can deliver hundreds and thousands of forefathers from all kinds of misery. It is stated in the Bhagavatam also. Anyone who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, the giver of liberation, giving up all kinds of obligation, and has taken to the path of all seriousness, owes neither duties nor obligations to the demigods, sages, general living entities, family members, humankind of forefathers. Such obligations are automatically fulfilled by performance of devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Due to the evil deeds of the destroyers of family tradition, all kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated. The four orders of human society combined with family welfare activities, as they are set forth by the institution of the Sanatana Dharma or Varnashrama Dharma, are designed to enable the human being to attain his ultimate salvation. Therefore, the breaking of the Sanatana Dharma tradition by irresponsible leaders of society brings about chaos in that society, and consequently people forget the aim of life, Vishnu. Such leaders are called blind, and persons who follow such leaders are sure to be led into chaos. O Krishna, maintainer of the people, I have heard by disciplic succession that those who destroy family traditions dwell always in hell. वो सबसे बड़ा रब है. रब అంటే ఏర్పరచువాడు, provider. Krishna is the maintainer of the people. Rab means ఏర్పరచువాడు. He provides everything, food, clothes, shelter. That means maintainer. He gives maintenance for proper food, clothing and shelter. वो सबसे बड़ा रब है. Rab means ఏర్పరచువాడు. Arjuna bases his argument not on his own personal experience but on what he has heard from the authorities. Like Bhakta Prabhupadula Swami, Allah, Yehovah and Shri Krishna, Ade Vishnu, andaru okate Vishnuve antaru. That is the way of receiving real knowledge. One cannot reach the real point of factual knowledge without being helped by the right person who is already established in that knowledge. There is a system in the Varnashrama institution by which one has to undergo the process of ablution before death for his sinful activities. One who is always engaged in sinful activities must utilize the process of ablution called the Prayasachitta. Without doing so, one surely will be transferred to hellish planets to undergo miserable lives as a result of sinful activities. Alas, how strange it is that we are preparing to commit greatly sinful acts driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness. మాకు కావాల్సినట్టు మేము ఉండటానికి ఇలా చేసామని తుమ్మలోళ్ళందరూ బూడిదయ్యి కాలు మసిబూడిదయ్యి గుర్రమోళ్ళందరూ సర్వనాశనం అయ్యారు పేలి బొగ్గయ్యి. They are driven by selfish motives. One may be inclined to such sinful acts as the killing of one's own brother, father or mother. ఉపల్పాటోళ్ళు భస్మమయ్యారు. And there are much such many such instances in the history of the world. అడుసుమిల్లోళ్ళు అడుక్కు తింటున్నారు, బూడిదయ్యి కాలి మసి బూడిదయ్యి పేలు చచ్చి వీరమాచిని ఉన్నోళ్ళు అయితే మరీ వికృతంగా బూడిదయ్యారు. But Arjuna, being a saintly devotee of the Lord, is always conscious of moral principles and therefore takes care to avoid such activities. You must be wondering, yes, why people are so selfish even after knowing about this. How strange it is, alas. It is that we are preparing to commit greatly sinful acts driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness. అంటే ఫలక్నుమా ప్యాలెస్లో ఒక రోజు ఉండడానికి 1000 మందితోటి శ్రీదేవి సంగీత, మొదనష్టపు ముండ శ్రీదేవి సంగీత సిగ్గు శరం లేకుండా ఎస్ వాళ్ళు అంతే వ్యభిచారం చేస్తారు. I would consider it better for the sons of Dhritarashtra to kill me unarmed and unresisting rather than fight with them. This is what Arjuna said directly to Sri Krishna. It is the custom according to Kshatriya fighting principles that an unarmed and unwilling foe should not be attacked. Arjuna, however, in such an enigmatic position, decided he would not fight if he were attacked by the enemy. He did not consider how much the other party was bent upon fighting. All these symptoms are due to soft-heartedness resulting from his being a great devotee of the Lord. మొన్న ఈ మధ్య పరిటాల రవి గారి పెద్ద అబ్బాయి శ్రీరాము, మీరు ఏదో మేము అన్నామని మీరు అంటారు, కానీ మళ్ళీ మేమేదో చేస్తే దానికి మీరు రిప్లై ఇవ్వలేరు కదా అని అన్నారు ఎవరినో, బహుశా తోపుదుర్తి వాళ్ళనేమో. Sanjaya said, Arjuna, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow and arrows and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief. While observing the situation of his enemy, Arjuna stood up on the chariot, but he was so afflicted with lamentation that he sat down again. Setting aside his bow and arrows, such a kind and soft-hearted person in the devotional service of the Lord is fit to receive self-knowledge. Thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purports to the first chapter of the Srimad Bagvadgita in the matter of observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. How beautifully written epic it is, and what a beautiful piece of architecture and words. Oh, alfaz dekho, yes,